All right. Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to my next presentation on the He-Man cartoon and movie and its comparison to ancient Egyptian history and symbolism. Um, this He-Man makes me happy because it's a cartoon that I grew up with as a little kid, and I actually have one of my very and earliest memories is of the cartoon He-Man. And I had all the toys and everything, and it was just one of probably my favorite cartoon. And I liked the movie as well, and I'm excited about. I heard that a new Masters of the Universe movie is coming out next year, and I'm excited about that. Maybe maybe they will see my video here, or somebody can share it with them, and they can get some tips on how to make it a little better and add in some things. So let's get started and check it out and see what I came up with. All right, Jews in the making of He-Man's story. So just as a note, and just to start us off here, throughout my research, I trace Christianity, Judaism, and Western civilization to Egypt and beyond. And based on the writings of the Jews and the Bible and everything, they seem to be very well aware of Egyptian religion. And of course, we know Jews were in Alexandria, Egypt, and um, they begin their ancestry with Adam, just like the Christians do, right? So in the Torah, so everybody traces their history to Adam as the first man, God, king together, and and Adam is the sun god Ra. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move on here. He-Man was created in the early 1980s by Mark Taylor and Roger Sweet at Mattel. And Mattel's founders were both Jews named Elliot and Ruth Handler. The He-Man cartoon was produced by Filmation and the Jewish Lou Scheimer, Hal Sutherland, and Norm Prescott, all who were Jews or Jewish. The 1987 movie was produced by Canon Group Incorporated, founded by Menachem Globus and Yoram Globus, cousins who were Israeli Jews. And then later on, Canon Group was absorbed by Metro Goldwyn Mayer, or MGM, who, of course, their logo is the lion, and we know Lion of Judah. And it was started by Marcus Lowell, a Jew from New York who immigrated from Austria and Germany, and his co-founder, Louis Meyer, who was also a Jew. Lowell partnered with Adolf Zukor, also a Jew from Austro-Hungary, who moved to New York. And various other Jewish men contributed to the making of the 1987 Masters of the Universe movie and the He-Man ideology. Okay, Prince Adam made of clay by the god Khnum. In Toy Fair magazine number 97 in 2005, Roger Sweet, the creator of He-Man, apparently states that he added clay to another figure, and then these prototypes later became He-Man. This is very interesting because as we know, He-Man's name is Prince Adam, and Adam of the Bible, who is the sun god Ra, or the god of light, his name is related to clay. And the god Khnum made a statue on his potter's wheel of Adam out of clay. And you can see that here in this picture over here. And He-Man and his crew do everything for the sorceress of light. So we know that He-Man is on the side of the good. Um, at every end of a He-Man cartoon back in the early 80s, they would He-Man or another character would discuss the moral of the story and how to be a good person and be a better person. Okay? And the sorceress tries to keep the peace. Okay, Skeletor and his army of darkness and the cross. There is a border in the movie that is between light and darkness. The army of darkness and Skeletor want to be the masters of the universe, just like the followers of Set, and Set himself wanted to be king of all Earth. But instead, Ra made Horus the king of Earth. Skeletor's staff has ram's horns on it with the symbol of God or the 8-pointed cross on it, also called the Maltese cross. It's used by knightly orders, like in the Order of Malta. He has another one on his chest in the cartoon, and so does He-Man. But Skeletor's is turned like an X, He-Man's is straight, and Skeletor's is turned like an X. The Ram and Shepherds, the battle between North and South. The ram is a male sheep related to shepherds. We've heard of the shepherd kings of Egypt and the Hyksos, and we have heard of shepherds for various things in Egypt in the Bible. The shepherd kings were in the northern kingdom, the evil kings of Set and Apophis, the serpent. The followers of life and let me just point out that Apophis, so originally Set wasn't evil, right? He's a son of Ra and he wasn't originally evil, so we should mention that. He was made evil after he wanted to take over the throne. And Apophis, the snake, the serpent pharaoh, he's actually stationed at the city of the sun as well. So I just want to point that out. At Heliopolis at Anu. So he's there as well. So with Ra's, with the priesthood of Ra. The followers of life and light were in the southern Egyptian kingdom, and they were enemies of the north, but related by blood. The ram god is Khnum, through intermarriage and by blood, and then even more so through intermarriage, I believe. The ram god is Khnum, who created Adam out of clay. Khnum is from the island of Elephantine in Egypt, which was called Nubia, the same place where the god Ra is from. Okay, the Anki to Tatu and the Snake Mountain. The ram of the city of Mendes or Tatu in the Egyptian Delta worshipped the ram. The ankh or the cross is the key to the door of life in Tatu, where the dead go and they practice the rituals of the resurrection of Osiris or the body of Adam Ra. And you might be interested in watching my video on the ankh and the cross that goes more in depth into this. Evelyn is from Snake Mountain, and the Snake tribe is the enemy of Ra and He-Man. In Maspero's book, he mentions Snake Mountain in Egypt. The pig, dwarfs, and Egyptian symbolism. A pig is the captain of the dark side troops in the movie, and some Jews and followers of Set have a boar or a pig as their tribal totem. It is a taboo for them to eat pork, i.e. they will not eat pork because it is their totem, or it was originally their totem of their original tribe. Be careful eating pork. You don't know what they're putting into it. And it's not just Muslims, right? So Okay, let's see. The for Christians, don't eat beef. The cow, the bull is sacred to Christians. The leprechaun dwarf is He-Man's friend. The pharaohs of Egypt were thrilled by the dwarfs found in Central Africa and had them brought to their royal court. There are hieroglyphs and Egyptian symbols at Skeletor's temple in the movie. They say the great eye will open, i.e., we know of the eye of Ra or Horus, found on our dollar bill, and it means we will be reborn again. Okay, the Sun Cult versus the Moon Cult. He-Man has until Moonrise to complete his tasks. I wish I could expand on that. I wrote this research down a long time ago, and now I just decided to bring it out at this time. At that time, I was watching the movie and taking notes, and I was watching the cartoons and taking notes. So probably in the movie, he had to do something by Moonrise. I don't know, defeat Skeletor or something by then, before something bad happened. Skeletor's throne in the movie has two obelisks next to it on each side, and his throne is on top of a pyramid staircase. On each obelisk is a quarter moon. The Moon Cult is the antagonist to the Sun Cult. Skeletor's temple statues look like Egyptian statues. Skeletor's men leave fire wherever they go. Blue light is good and red light is bad. With these colors, red and blue, let's think of our U.S. politics and think of fire and water, or the sky and the Nile and the fire of the sun. Christian symbology. Christianity and the cosmic keys. He-Man and crew arrive on Earth and hold two fingers up and say good journey. That means something in, it looks like, like throwing up the peace sign, kind of. That has some meaning in some other things, Greece or something. I forgot what it means. It's not super important here, but if you want to look it up and find out, then it has something to do with all of this. They show a cow with horns. Fire and water are symbols of Christianity, and cattle are associated with Christianity as far back as Nubia and the Sudan and pastoralism. The only way to defeat Skeletor is to find the cosmic key. The keys to heaven in Egypt are the scepter and the ankh held by Ra, who grants entrance of the dead into heaven. When Horus gives you the ankh, he is granting you life. Ra made Adam eat from the tree of life to restore his life after Eve or Evelyn took it. Moonrise, that's in some of my videos too. So, enjoy my videos and expand your knowledge of the Bible. The Moonrise and the Eye of Ra. We see Skeletor with the moon in the back here. We see on his chest the crossbones of the X, symbol of God, and with the circle in the middle there. Skeletor wants to be a god, which a part of the great Ra Mary of Egypt, the assembly of the heroes, which was the government of the government of ancient Egypt. Think of Putin being banned from the G8 like Set. So Set is banned from Egypt, and Ra and Horus drive him out all the way to the far east corner to Tanis. And just like the G7 banned Putin out of the G8, the 9th position would be God. The other 8 would be the other gods. The ninth position would be Ra himself, or Horus. So that lets us know that currently there is not a God on earth. There is, but he hasn't been brought forth yet, or I would expect it would be a G9, and then that makes me think that the G9 would probably be a king of Israel, which is probably the direction where we're heading with Zionism. Zionism don't go with the negativity of saying it's Jewish, because it includes both Jewish and Christians, and both Jewish and Anglo-Saxons in the Germanic tribes are the current, and all the Christian kingdoms of the Northern Europe are the current power of the world. They hold the most power of the world right now. I think probably the U.S. is being used for that, but we're a part of that as well. Okay, Skeletor gets horns when the moon rises to its apex and becomes the Alpha and Omega at Moonrise, or death and rebirth. When the Eye of Ra opens after He-Man has died, he is reborn again, i.e. a new day like the sun. God of the universe and good and evil, Prince Adam transforms into a god, who is Ra, from the lightning striking and flowing through his sword, which gives him power. He has a secret power, and the secret is kept hidden, i.e. like Ra's hidden name holds his power. Adam holds the power of the universe and is God and King of the universe. The sorceress tries to keep peace and balance, and He-Man defends the good. And there is a loneliness of being completely evil or completely good, and therefore a balance is necessary. So this means to remain in the center. Don't go too far right. Don't go too far left. Inside of us, we have both good and evil, and you have to control that and maintain a balance. Otherwise, you're going to become lonely. I heard this somewhere else. I heard this loneliness thing somewhere else. I don't remember where. I research a lot. I make mistakes by not writing things down when they come to me, and I forget them, and then I never find them again. So don't make that same mistake if you're a historian. The Underworld and Visions. The sorceress wears, I spelled that wrong, a hawk headdress like Ra and Horus. Instead of an uraeus on the crown, there is a jewel in the middle, which is symbolic. Let me change this real quick, sorry. I don't want that spelling, that doesn't make me look good. Okay. Instead of a Uranus, that's the snake on the front of the Egyptian crown, there is a jewel in the middle, which is symbolic. When He-Man defeats, and I wanted to attach a picture of the sorceress with the hawk headdress, I didn't do that. You can go and look at it. In the Ra Mary, with Ra as the leader of the assembly, which is like a senate with the president, the leader wears the hawk headdress of Horus, and the reason probably why it's a sorceress, a woman, and not a man like Ra instead, because they don't want to reveal Ra. They don't. It's been rule not to talk about Ra. Um, they reserve that for um, the royalty, the royal family. But in Egypt, you have the two centers at Butu and Nekin, where the they have the patroness or the goddess, the snake goddess, and the vulture goddess, who are like the mother of the tribe, right? You can't trace your you can't for sure trace your who your father is back in those days, but you know for sure who your mother is. Um, which is interesting here as it relates to the sorceress and He-Man. Um, we want to know who is He-Man's real mother. Um, okay. In the evening, Rod travels in his boat through the door to the Underworld. Did I skip? When He-Man defeats Skeletor, he falls through the tunnel to the Underworld. Skeletor falls through the tunnel to the Underworld. And in the evening, when the sun sets, Rod travels in his boat through the door to the Underworld. So he's going to where these evil people are at night. And his light is shining, and he's surrounded by darkness. In the cartoon, visions into the future are possible. Ra, of course, is related to vision, i.e., the light allows our eyes to see. Otherwise, we would be in total darkness. If we didn't have the sun and the stars at night, we would not be able to see. We have to create fire. Comets and Zagros. So we have a picture of Tila here, and we have a picture of Zagros here. And Tila, you see the chest around her breast, it's like an affinity symbol, but it's opened up and then it goes downward. This is a Egyptian hieroglyph symbol that is thought to mean for like a fertility symbol of reproduction. And then Zagros, we have his long white beard. He has his big pointy nose. In the first episode of He-Man, Evil Lyn says the stars are aligned the right way, and the cosmic comet has appeared, and therefore it is the right time to attack. Jews watch the comets and base their prophecies on them. They're astronomers, like the priesthood of Ra were astronomers. In the Egyptian rituals, the North Pole points to a different star in each constellation at different times. That's an important ritual. Skeletor and his crew are in Snake Mountain. On top of the mountain is the wizard Zagros, who can control comets and cast spells. Think of the god on top of the mountain whom Moses visits. Fertility and Zagros and the two comets. The two comets look like two male sperm. Evil Lyn seems to have the fertility symbol of infinity on her chest. The name Zagros reminds us of the Zagros Mountains in ancient Iran. So does Tila. I don't know why I put Tila there. So does Tila. Oh, so does Tila is supposed to be on the symbol of infinity, the infinity symbol here. Sorry about that. I should do better editing my videos, but I just giving it to you real, and that's how I am. I'm a truthful, real, honest person, and I don't care about all the other stuff. Um, I just like doing this. This is enjoyment to me. I'm not here to try to make money or anything. If I do eventually somehow, great. But this is I like learning about this stuff, so that's why I do it. Um, he tells the story about wanting to control the two comets, good and evil, and that he destroyed one and then the other became lonely. Okay, and then that Skeletor took over the comet and tries to use it to control the people. Okay, balance and your heart. He-Man or Prince Adam says Zagros is his friend. That's important. Okay, we're saying Zagros here is similar, like to a Jew. We don't know. I don't know for sure. I'm just assuming, and I'm probably right. And Prince Adam or Ra is his friend. It is their friend. So the negativity, don't associate it with all Jewish people. There's a good side and there's a bad side. There's a Christian side, there's a Jewish side. Okay, Zagros suggests to fill the comet up with good to cancel out the evil in the other comet, and they help the evil comet find its heart again. He-Man and his crew had faith in Zagros, who was fighting for the good. Both comets joined together against Skeletor. Zagros fills the comet with good and makes it light up, like the rising sun, or they create fusion, or they create a sun. And don't let them take your heart. Means don't let the evil people of the world or any other person take your heart. Guard your heart. That's the most important thing. And what's not here, included here, what I didn't include here, and what is not included in my presentation on the ankh and the cross is, or the Tau cross, is that the Tau, Tau, in, I believe it's Nubian, means heart. Okay? That's a special thing that I'm giving to you guys. And I think that's the end of this presentation. Yep, the end here. I love He-Man. I'm excited about the new movie, if it's coming out, if that's really true. Hopefully they make He-Man strong and look and be a strong man and a good man. And I want to go back and watch all. I've already rewatched a lot of the cartoons, and I want to watch the series Revelation on Netflix that I just found out about during this research. And my name's Stephen Webb from San Diego. Thank you for watching, and take care.